this video, I'm showing you exactly how I plan my week so I can stay productive and ahead of my goals without burning out. As somebody who's juggling 2 jobs, school, content creation, other hobbies, I know the feeling of being overwhelmed, trying to juggle a long to-do list and trying to make sure everything fits in your schedule. I have tried multiple planning routines and most of them felt like they were doing more work than actually helping. So that is why I swear by this simple weekly planning routine. It is flexible, easy to follow, and it actually works. So I'll break down my simple step-by-step process, share how I prioritize my tasks, and also give you some tips to stay motivated throughout the week. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Zaria and I make content to help you glow, grow, and grind. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, you're in the right place because we do this every week. As usual, there'll be timestamps in the description so you can skip around if you want to, and without further ado, let's get into the video. So step 1 is to reflect. The first thing I do each week is to do a solid recap of the previous week so I can understand what's been going on, what worked, what didn't, and where we can improve. I personally like to use Notion for my weekly reflections. You can use a journal or anything like that, but I follow a set of journal prompts that help me really dig deep and understand what happened throughout the week. Some of the prompts that I always come back to are: what didn't go so well this week and how can I improve it? How did I spend my time this week? How am I progressing towards my monthly goals? And how are the different areas of my life doing? Then I'll go through and rate each category of your life, like work, health, school, relationships, etc. These questions help me zoom out and really look at the bigger picture of what's going on so I can get clear on what needs to happen next. It's easy to get caught up in your day-to-day activities, so stepping back and reflecting on the week can help you be more intentional about how you move on the next week. While I'm doing these weekly reflections, I'll scroll through like my camera roll or previous journal entries from throughout the week so I can get an understanding of how things actually went, because it's easy to forget what happened. And let's be clear that this reflection is not about beating yourself up or anything like that. It's about understanding what's going right so you can celebrate and figure out the next steps on your journey. So once I've taken that time to reflect and celebrate my wins, I'm feeling a lot more grounded and ready to tackle the next week. So now it is time to do a full brain dump and get everything out of your head. So step 2 is a brain dump. This is where I take everything like thoughts, ideas, to-dos, and I clear them out of my head and put them all in one place so I can figure out what's next. I'll start by reviewing my calendar, and I like to look at the last 2 weeks and the upcoming 2 weeks. This step is really important because it helps me catch anything I might have forgotten about, like an important deadline or maybe like some plans with friends. And throughout the week, I also like to jot down anything that pops in my head into a brain dump note just so I don't forget. That way, if I think of anything important, like needing to get something from the store or like a good idea for my YouTube, I won't forget it. I can write it down right away instead of relying on my memory. If you find it a little hard to remember everything that you have to do, I like to use what's called a trigger list. This is basically a checklist of prompts that helps you jog your memory about different tasks and errands. Some of the categories on my trigger list include school, YouTube, health, personal, or like things I need to buy. Going through these categories helps me think of everything I might have missed. Doing a brain dump is all about clearing out the mental clutter and making sure nothing slips through the cracks. So once I have everything laid out in front of me, then I can actually move on to organizing it all into a concrete plan. So now that I have a clear picture of everything that I need to tackle throughout the week, now I can move on to the third and final step, which is time blocking in Google Calendar. This is my secret for keeping my week organized and staying productive without being overwhelmed. If you're not familiar with time blocking, it's basically a method where you divide your day into different sections or blocks, and each block is dedicated to a specific task or activity. So instead of juggling a long to-do list, each task gets its own scheduled time in my calendar. Doing this helps me group similar tasks together instead of doing them sporadically throughout the day, which then allows me to be more focused and efficient. It also helps me avoid the problem of trying to figure out what needs to be done and when. I personally love to color code my calendar by category. Things like personal, school, work, and non-negotiables. This is like a quick visual cue that helps me see how balanced my week is at a quick glance. It not only helps me visualize my week better, but it also makes sure that I stay organized, which makes it easier to see where my time is allocated and where I might need to shift my focus. So within each time block, I'll list out my to-dos, making sure that everything has a place. This way, I'm not struggling to figure out what I need to do next and when. I can just simply look at my calendar and then get into whatever's scheduled. One of the biggest pro tips I swear by is to add in buffer blocks, because let's be real, life is unpredictable and things don't always go as planned. So these extra gaps in my schedule give me time in case things run over or something expected pops up. This is a sneak peek of what a typical week looks like in my Google Calendar. It is not about being rigid. It's all about creating a structure that not only supports your goals, but also leaves room to pivot if needed. So once everything is time blocked, then I finally feel at peace. I know exactly what's on my plate and when I'll be tackling it. And this eliminates any like last minute stress or anxiety about what I may have forgotten. So one of the biggest things to remember is that it's not about having the perfect plan. Life can get super messy, but with this routine, I have the structure that I need and the flexibility to deal with whatever comes my way. And that is it. My simple 3-step routine to organize my week and stay productive. Reflect on the past week to see what's working. Brain dump everything to clear out your mind, and time block your schedule so you can get everything done without being overwhelmed. The goal with this isn't to be perfect, it's about being intentional. When you know where your time is going, you're gonna feel more in control and less stressed. Even if things don't go according to plan, you still have a system to help you pivot when needed. I would love to hear your favorite way to plan your week. Do you use time blocking or a different system? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're ready for more tips to crush your goals and unlock your full potential, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can continue to see more content like this, because you're not gonna want to miss what's coming next. So until next time, keep glowing, growing, and grinding, and I will see you guys in the next video.